Hi fam, for those of you I'm meeting for the first time, I'm Besse Swint. Happy holidays. This is a flashback, kind of showing you my roots and why I chose to have a YouTube channel. The more times change, the more they stay the same. This is from the 90s. Enjoy.
Georgia State Fair. The local chapter of the NAACP wants $2 bills circulated and counted at the fair. Besse Swint explains why.
When the fair closes, members of the local NAACP plan to count $2 bills used to measure the spending power of blacks, but there could be a roadblock.
Oh, I'll know about how many, but as far as giving them a total, I don't give anybody a total of what we have. I'll tell you how many dollars we took in total, but I won't tell anybody how many $2 bills come in, nor nobody else will. I don't feel like it's anybody's business.
There seemed to be another roadblock, not enough $2 bills at area banks, but that has changed.
I had 2,000 on hand as of last week, and I'm down to 200. I do have more coming in from Fed in the next day, and they will be available again if they're called for.
Members of the NAACP know in order for Dollar Days to be a success, they need participation from the black community. Of the people we spoke with today, many didn't know about Dollar Days, and some of those who did know and want to participate hadn't yet gone out to get their $2 bills.
I do plan on going to the fair, so I probably will. If I happen to purchase anything with cash, I'll probably do it.
There are 4 days before the fair leaves town. That's when the NAACP will find out if their efforts are a day late and $2 short. Besse Swint, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
And we'd like to welcome Besse Swint. She's the newest member of the Eyewitness News team. Meanwhile, but tonight, federal workers have another concern, the loss of a program that could delay their retirement. Besse Swint tells us why older employees should apply for this program now before it disappears November 1st.
Many federal employees hoping to soar through their golden years got their wings clipped today. Officials from the Defense Department announced that the lump sum program was shot down in Congress. The program allows federal employees to collect their benefits in 2 juicy payouts of equal value in 2 years. But that will end November 1st.
You could get 50% one year and 50% the following year. A lot of people took this. It was a very positive benefit because if you wanted to buy a retirement home or start your own business or something, it was a real good incentive.
Some employees did not have such lofty goals. They just wanted to pay their bills and live comfortably. Now they feel all that's changed.
Because of this lump sum, we can't get it. I'm going to have to stay on the base another 4 or 5 years. It's going to affect my retirement. And I don't see how I can retire now since I can't get my lump sum.
If Hayslip chooses to retire, he will get his benefits on a monthly basis. But there is some good news for federal employees 65 years or older with 30 years of experience under their belt. They are exempt from this legislation. At Robins Air Force Base, Besse Swint.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Controversy continues tonight in a local race where it appears there's a new winner.
Besse Swint tells us how a simple recount turned into a major upset.
The count is over, at least for now, in the race between Floyd Buford and Wayne Elliott. On election night, Buford was declared the winner by 9 votes, and Elliott requested a recount for the House District 103 race. When the votes were counted again, Elliott won by 35 votes. But because of some discrepancies, election officials counted the votes yet again. This time, the results favored Elliott by 25 votes. Floyd Buford says he questions these latest figures.
The large number of absentee ballots, 86 ballots, which were not counted on election night, but which have been counted tonight, that causes me some concern.
The recount committee says it appears there was no computer error, but missing absentee ballots that caused the discrepancies.
The machines are counting the same way they did on election night, and we're coming up with the same totals. The problem is with the absentee ballots that were not counted on election night. And that's the difference. There were 175 absentee ballots on election night that weren't counted.
And it's not over yet. Tomorrow, the Elections Committee will meet again to decide whether to certify today's count or to recount all the ballots again by hand. Besse Swint, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
A house
Through this community, the view looks like the midway of a state fair, but it's not. It's Capitol Avenue, adorned in holiday finery. One passerby tried to guess how many lights are out here.
60,005.
And why do you guess that?
Because I like them that much. And I like having on Jesus' birthday.
Edward Heron is the man responsible for all the decorations. He's been lighting the night with the spirit of Christmas for 8 years with the help of some of his friends.
We always did this back home in Louisville, Kentucky before I moved down here. And when I moved down here, I just started out in my yard, and gradually one neighbor said they wish they could do it, so I helped them out. And
every year I help with the lights, and it really does start the Christmas season off.
They start the project each year shortly after Halloween and try to finish by Thanksgiving. That's when they trip the holiday light fantastic. While this is all very beautiful, what about the electric bill?
Ooh-wee, do we have to discuss that? You wouldn't believe if I told you.
The tradition began here at this home on Capitol Avenue, and they hope next year to have residents begin to do the same thing over on Chatham Street. Besse Swint, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Ask about the light bill. He says can't touch that.
This is Miss Tina Hicks. She was the first African-American anchor in Middle Georgia. Before we had Oprah, we had Miss Tina. She stressed the importance of mammograms for breast health and early detection of cancer, and created a buddy program for women to phone a friend to check if they were doing monthly self-exams. She volunteered with many charities, but her pet project was muscular dystrophy. She was the embodiment of the Proverbs 31 woman. When I resigned suddenly from my job, we had a meeting in the ladies' room. I told her I was pregnant and felt like a fool for being so careless. I had disappointed my family and my community. She said, "Don't feel bad. You are not a fool for being in love. Anything you conceive in love, God will bless. You will be all right." She hugged me and we cried together. Her words strengthened and encouraged me. And today, I am more than all right. I have the princess, Tia, the love of my life. But sisters, on my show, we're gonna work on the carelessness part. Miss Tina Hicks was the first African-American anchor, period, for news in Middle Georgia. She did it with excellence and humility for nearly 30 years. She died in 2020 after a long illness. I dedicate this show and all my success in media to her. I love you, Miss Tina. Rest well with the ancestors. You are a true queen. Blessings.